Brought to you by Topo Designs. Brought to you by Reno Tahoe. Reno Tahoe is where the largest alpine lake collides with the biggest little city in the world. Brought to you by Turtle Box. Live free. Brought to you by Function. The best wrist guards, hands down.
The beauty of Sky Tavern is that it's for the community, by the community.
We give an opportunity to kids and adults that don't have the means or accessibility to getting out to the outdoors, where to come up, try skiing, try mountain biking, get involved outdoors, and just see what the Nevada mountains have to offer.
One of the few places in the country that's community oriented, run entirely by volunteers. It's special. The vibe here is special.
There is no barrier to entry here. You don't have to be wealthy to be able to come out and ski.
Because skiing is a sport that you can do as a family for generations.
Sky Tavern's different than other local skiers in that we're a non-profit organization. Without our volunteers and the help from our community partners and corporate partners, we wouldn't exist.
It's kind of neat because you think about it, the person's volunteering, but their regular day job, I mean, they could be a city council person and they're running a register at the snack bar, or they're washing dishes, or they're literally shoveling snow. And it just shows that it doesn't matter who you are, you're here for the right reason, and you're here because your heart and your soul is invested in it, and you're here for the kids.
We're an area where you come to learn to ski for the season, or you come to participate in a camp, or do a summer rec program here. So it's just a unique opportunity in the area that's a volunteer-run organization that we really try to focus on getting people outdoors, experiencing things, and then growth in the outdoor environment.
That was the best run I've ever had with you, I think, ever. That was such a good run.
You are awesome.
This is a mutual awesome society here.
Collectively, as Sky Tavern, we need to make it better. I think that we have all the things we need to create a place where skiers and snowboarders can actually train here instead of learning here and then going to another mountain.
So the very first night that we were able to make snow at Sky Tavern was super special. And they have this beautiful glow to them, and it was almost like, you know, something you've worked so hard for so long was right there.
Snowmaking at Sky Tavern is a huge improvement. Snowmaking will allow us to target opening mid-December every year, which then allows us to become a world-class training area for both skiing and snowboarding.
I knew that it wasn't just making snow, it's going to change the mountain. And every time you turn on one of those snow guns, it's just more kids who are able to be here and have an opportunity to be at Sky and to learn and to grow.
You create Sky Tavern. You don't purchase it for your kids. And because of that, those kids even learn that lesson. You can't really put your finger on why it happens, but it does. This place is pure magic.
I'm 7-year-old, and I ski at Sky Tavern.
Well, I like how all my friends ski here and like the runs they have.
When we always go skiing down, it's like a dream.
The most important thing up here still is a kid who never ever thought about snow sports, winter, is sitting down in Reno all winter long playing video games, and we get them out of that and into this environment. And they learn all the things that this place teaches.
One of the biggest things about Sky Tavern, anybody who has the dream of learning to ski or snowboard or be part of the program can be here regardless of cost.
Every year is a new challenge. Every year there's a new budget. Every year I wonder if we're going to make it.
And we also need a lot of help to be able to do capital improvements that are going to make us more sustainable in the future.
We need our community to get behind it and say this is worth fighting for. We need the funds.
Greatly important that we have the help of community support, donors, and foundations in order to keep these kids' dreams alive and these families and have those opportunities and for it to be taken care of and for parents to not have to worry. That's a huge thing. We want to get those kids outside.
They hunt for a feeling. Racers in a sympathy of balance and speed, defying gravity with a single wheel under their feet, all on the cusp of something extraordinary. The coveted title for Race the Rail champion and $10,000 in cash. For some, it's been a long journey across the globe. For others, it's home territory. But they all face new obstacles as not to test their limits of comfort and speed. Who will have the ride of a lifetime and make it to the bottom first? Who will cement their name in history? Last year, Rachel Cecil got it out a first place finish on the final turn, what was an instant classic. Will she have what it takes to duel this year's #1 seed Mercedes Silva at second straight year? Or will veteran rider Raquel McCosker throw a wrench in their plans and claim the rail after a 2-year hiatus? Will one of these favorites rise above the rest, or will a newcomer emerge in 2023? Let's settle it. Welcome to the 2023 Race the Rail World Championship.
Welcome to a little ski resort just outside of Reno, Nevada. We are at Sky Tavern, and today we are here for the Onewheel Race the Rail. There is going to be some insane racing action going down here today. On this hill, we have some of the best one-wheel riders on the planet here to do battle. Today, it's the women's competition. My name is Todd Richards, and I am joined here in the booth by Jack Mudd from Onewheel, and Monica Elogram, a Onewheel ambassador from way back. And guys, this course is serious business. Jack, I want you to tell me, first of all, how fast are these riders going to be going on this course today?
They are going to be absolutely flying, Todd. We've been watching practice for the last 3 days. You and I were up the hill. We saw Mercedes Silva, who's one of the favorites, zoom by us, catch a little air off a lip, and I think it took the breath away from all of us. They're cooking down the hill here.
Monica, what's the most intimidating obstacle that these guys have to navigate up here today, do you think?
I think the log garden is pretty crazy. I think they're going to enter it feeling like, oh yeah, I got this. And then they're going to all of a sudden have other girls going for the same log direction at the same time. And who knows what's going to happen. They're going to have to take different paths than they thought they wanted. And it's going to be crazy.
Well, this is definitely something that, I'm excited to see because it's way crazier in person than it is just to talk about like a one-wheel race. This is going to be something crazy. And we're here at Sky Tavern, this little ski resort that's accessible really close to Reno, Nevada. They've helped us to build this course out here. And, it is essentially like a snowboard cross race with one wheels. Give us the rules. Break down the rules for us, Jack. What are we looking at here to get this across the finish line first?
Yeah, so it's pretty simple. Like you said, snowboard border cross is probably the easiest analogy. 4 riders at the top of the hill, first 2 to the bottom, go to the next round. So a little less than a mile on the course here. And whoever gets to the end first in our final heat will win 10,000 G's.
Yeah. Yeah, no joke. So, no joke. You put $10,000 on the line, people are going to risk it all to gain it all, and it's equal prize money for men and women here. Yeah, this course, you drop in straight away. It has a bunch of turns. You were talking about these little hidden sneaky obstacles that are out there, not the ones that are made, but the little sneaky ones.
Yeah, tough to see from the drone, but there's some rocks that are just like buried into the trail there. And then we have the log jam right now there. There's 3 lines. There's some debate as to which one is the easiest, and it's going to all depend on who gets there first. Yeah. Whoever gets there first is going to get to choose, so that'll be interesting to see.
And I think one of the things that you can't discount is you have a plan when you're riding this thing by yourself, but then you have 3 other riders next to you coming in hot into some of these sections. And it may, these little turns may not look that intimidating, but the next big corner that we're looking at there, the toilet bowl, that basically if you don't have the right line going in there, you're going to get flushed into the woods.
Might get flushed.
Yeah, you might get flushed.
Yeah. This course, I think, is technical at the top, and there's definitely rocks all the way down, but it's also very fast and very flowy. It's going to be interesting to see where the passing opportunities are going to be.
Yeah, and that's going to be key. All right, well, we have 12 of the best here. Talk us through, Jack. Who do we have here? Who are we looking at that we're setting up for some big talent?
Yeah, so like you said, we have 12 of the best women riders in the world. We actually have a rider representing Europe, Bugs Hemmings from the UK here. But yeah, you can see your bracket there. We got Mercedes Silva, Kay Love, Sarah Meeker, and Rachel Cecil in the first bracket. Rachel Cecil is our defending champion. Mercedes Silva is right now our odds-on favorite according to the people out there. In the second bracket, we got Raquel McCosker, Rachel Payne, Bugs that we just covered, Heather, Grail. And then in the last bracket, we have Allie Stanley, Gabby Soto, Brenda Bonnell, and Joanna Lang. I think could be Rachel Cecil. She'd be the first person to defend. She'd be the first two-time winner.
We have not seen a repeat winner.
We have never seen a repeat winner. But she's in the same bracket in the first heat with Mercedes Silva, who's looking fast.
Yeah, and also we had the fans take part in some of what they thought these brackets were going to flush out like. So tell me about that. What is this little fan participation thing that Onewheel has going as well?
Right, so we had a bracket challenge where folks at home could fill out their own bracket, kind of NCAA March Madness style, and pick their winners. And so here you see, this is who the people thought was going to win. 32% on Mercedes Silva. And last year, the shocking thing is you actually don't even see last year's champion Rachel Cecil on this graphic. That's how deep the field is. Rachel Cecil could easily repeat, but the people at home, I guess they think it could go in a different direction. So going to be really interesting to see how it shakes out.
And when you're watching this at home, you just have to pay attention as we're moving from the brackets to the final. The top two advance from each heat, and then we move into the semifinal number one, and then we will move on to the final. So it's basically just process of elimination. Now, Monica, what's the strategy that you would imply out here? Like, obviously, you want to be fast out the gate, but if you are maybe not the fastest, what do you think the strategy is here?
I think it's really important to not come off your board. Like, you're losing a lot of time as soon as you fall. So to just really keep your line, stay focused, and stay on your board is going to be really imperative. Like Jack said, it's only 3/4 of a mile here. So you don't have a lot of time to make up lost time that you have from falling off. So if you're not the best and you're going to just focus on getting to the bottom, stay on your board. And
yeah.
There's always chaos at Race the Rail. So that's right, Monica. Stay on your board. That's the first key to victory. Absolutely.
And sometimes, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And that's, a race car mantra. So, like, if you can have that go into effect here, you'll be, you watch that carnage happen, you look for your opportunities, and you go for the passes. All right, so we're going to get a course preview here by Insta360. That is the camera partner here for this. So let's talk, Jack, just about some of the obstacles that the riders are going to be looking for as we go into this Insta360 course preview.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of we spent a lot of money on wood, Todd.
Great.
So yeah, I mean, we got the log jam here. This is at the top of the hill. These are actually all locally sourced wood stumps.
Oh, great.
From this very mountain, so local and sustainable. But yeah, spent a lot of money on wood. We got a lot of big wood features. They're really fun to ride, really flowy. That berm is, just inside of our crowd here at the bottom of the mountain. And then we have that big boardwalk feature. All of these features are run pretty fast. I'm going to be interesting to see if there can be any passing opportunities on any of these things. We've seen people ride them in practice. They're flying, but it'll be interesting, when there's multiple riders on them.
And what you don't see, too, is like that big bridge feature there. It's off camber and weird.
It's
like
weird.
And there's like an 8-foot drop with no railing on one side with a whole bunch of really hard stuff underneath there. So you don't want to fly off of that.
But it was OSHA approved, so that's what's
great.
important.
Fantastic. Then we're all good.
Shout out to all the volunteers who helped make this happen.
Oh, yeah.
And also, of course, the Dirt Union.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then we get into the bottom half, and we have sort of this snake run that meanders down the side of the mountain and then into this bottom section that's in view of the crowd. That's going to be a really exciting moment when, people see the racers coming down. And we had some really high-stakes passes on the bottom section of the course last year. So that's going to be something to look out for again this year.
Cool. All right. Well, we've talked to some of the riders, and they're going to give us a little bit of their insight as we look at this Insta360 course preview.
All right, Race of the Rail 2023 course preview.
Drop in.
A speed this little plug and this feature. Super speed section right here to get to the permitting curvature. This curve is fun. Then it brings you to that jump, that little into the next one. Down to these berms, just like last year. Through the rock garden. Alright, and here is what was not here last year. We got a new feature, this nice little berm built for passing. All the way through here, almost to the finish line. Woo! Staying on the berm. We got a little washout. Woo! And then your Race of the Round 2023 champion coming through right here to this finish line. Let's see who it's gonna be.
Very fun. That course has got so much going on, and there's a lot of stuff that you can't really see just being a viewer, that you just have to experience by rolling over it at high speeds. All right, well, before we get to the action, we're going to check in with the fourth member of our team here. Ted Rosser's down at the finish line with a little bit of a vibe check. Ted, what's going on down there?
Howdy, folks. Ted Rosser here along with Allie James. Allie's about to kick us off here for a full day of racing with the national anthem. Allie, take it away.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You know what? It wouldn't be a classic RL without little technical difficulties. My heart's pounding. I can't imagine yours. We're geared up for a full day of racing. Let's get it to it.
All right, thank you for that. When we come back, we start racing. Stick around. You are watching the Race for the Rail here at Sky Tavern.
You wanna know how this GFC camper works? No? I don't give a shit. I'm gonna show you anyhow. This is the GFC platform camper, and this bad boy opens up in seconds. Even the sides open up, which allow me to grab something from the cooler. With all the sides up, I call this cabana mode. My favorite part is you can access the sleeping area from the truck bed or from this ladder. And to top it all off, this camper weighs 275 pounds and is made right here in Montana. And I forgot to tell you, we built these things for hauling ass off-road.
Steve here from Future Motion to tell you about the latest and greatest, the Onewheel Grip Tape Eraser. We're bringing you the world's first dedicated grip tape eraser to make your board clean and crispy. Other erasers are hard to hold, making them feel like you're holding a stick of butter. Gross! With the innovative ergonomic eraser handle, you can wipe away shred stains without worrying about losing grip of your eraser or your board. Wow! Now it's time to see what this baby could really do. We're going live. You got this, camera guy? Let's go. Now we're gonna go up to the front foot pad and you see all this dirtiness. That means you were shredding real nice like. And look at that, just starts clearing up the grip tape like nobody's business. It's like the clouds just revealed the sun and you're ready to go tanning. But that's not all it could do. Spills. Gone! Toothbrush. Who needs one? Never buy new shoes again. Just rubber down and you've got new kicks. Bad ideas? It's like they never existed. The Onewheel Grip Tape Eraser. A clean pad is a happy lad.
All right, we are back here at Sky Tavern. We're going to get going with the women's first heat to kick this event off. And this heat is a banger. We have two of the fastest, the favorite in here and the winner from last year. All right, let's check out the pods here on each one of these racers, and let's see what they have to say.
Mercedes Silva, and I'm out of South Lake Tahoe, California. My name is Kay Love, and I am from Raleigh, North Carolina.
I'm Sarah Meeker, and I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Hey, I'm Rachel Cecil, aka Diesel Cecil, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, so they're getting ready to drop here. Jack, I mean, we have two of the fastest already, so, you know, we could easily see one of the fastest eliminated here just by virtue of how, you know, these races go down.
Absolutely, yeah. It's pretty interesting to see both Mercedes Silva and Rachel Cecil in the same heat opening up here. We have Rachel Cecil in the brown jersey on our left right there. And next to her, Sarah Meeker in the green. But yeah, that's our defending champ right there, Diesel Cecil. In the green, we have Sarah Meeker. Next to her, we have Mercedes Silva. She's the odds-on favorite to win this year. And then we have Kay Love on the right side. You were absolutely right, Todd. If it's not Rachel Cecil and Mercedes Silva moving on, that's a major,
huge upset.
So this is a stacked heat. One of the things here is that Mercedes Silva is our #1 seed. And that's earned through qualifying events throughout the year. Rachel Cecil earned an automatic bid this year to the race because she won last year. So she actually sat out a lot of the season's events. That's why she's actually one of the lower seeds, and that's why they're both in this same bracket here. So this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. So we're gonna get this started here, and we were saying earlier, unless you kind of see it up close, you don't realize how fast and how technical this course is. I got to tell you, I mean, they're going like 30 miles an hour downhill. It's very, very quick pace. And the start has to be one of the most important factors of any of these races.
The hole shot is huge, absolutely. So that'll be a big thing to see who gets that hole shot, who comes into that. It narrows really quickly, who gets that single track in the lead, because they'll get to choose their log, which position in the logs they want to choose, and that's going to be massive,
and
too.
And we think that we saw the favorite. We think that the favorite is on the far right from the rider's perspective, so we'll see what happens.
Mercedes Silva in the red helmet there. Blue jersey, and they are off. Ooh. It's Mercedes Silva in the lead. Looks like Kay Love is behind her. Rachel Cecil looks like she's in third, jockeying for second right there with Kay Love. Mercedes Silva looks pretty calm and cool, collected. She got the hole shot, and that's pretty big. What we probably expected to see there.
All right, so coming in here into this rock garden section.
Oh my goodness,
down.
Mercedes Silva is down. Oh my goodness, Mercedes Silva is down. Kay Love and Rachel Cecil in the lead. Kay Love in the lead, Rachel Cecil right behind her. Let's see if Mercedes can get back on her board and get back in this race. That is a huge upset. If she does not, Rachel Cecil chooses the far right. Kay Love down on the logs. Again, folks, our top two move on. Our top two move on. So here comes Mercedes. No, this is Rachel Meeker. We have Diesel Cecil way out in front here. She's going into this berm here, this berm feature. Rachel Cecil, last year's champ, has a healthy lead. So this becomes, assuming that she can lace the rest of this run, this becomes a race for second place.
But you gotta, you can't count out anything, because just, like any of these events that are races with the course is the biggest competitor. So anything can happen on your way down here.
And this moment right here, when we saw the preview, you could not tell how steep it was around that turn. And that is a sketchy section right there.
Incredibly steep. Rachel Cecil looks like she's in control. She knows that she has a healthy lead. She is taking it easy on this section. She's checking behind her. She knows that if she just runs a clean race here, that she's moving on.
So all the pressure now on position number 2. Only top 2 move on, as we see, out the back, Mercedes making a move, trying to make up some of that ground she lost up top.
Let's see if she can make up. This is an interesting camera angle. Let's see who comes into frame next year. Rachel Cecil way in the lead, but we have the next 3, Kay, Sarah, and Mercedes right behind her. If Mercedes can make up ground here, that would be insane. We know Rachel Cecil. She's coming around the corner. There we see him. Okay. We got Kay Love and we got Mercedes Silva. Oh, Mercedes is down again. Mercedes is down again, and Kay Love is in second place, it looks like. Let's see who emerges here.
Let's get the official call.
I think we have Kay Love in second place. But I can't tell, folks, honestly.
I think it might be Sarah
That's
Meeker.
Sarah Meeker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sarah Meeker with the upset of the day. Woo. That is the upset of the day right there. That is, I don't know if there's going to be a complete bracket after that round, honestly.
Those sneaky rocks.
Oh my
They got
goodness.
Mercedes in the beginning, and that's something that we knew that the girls were going to have to look out for big time.
Big time drama up top. I mean, you just see how any of those little inconsistencies in the course can take you out at the, very unexpectedly, and you go down hard.
That is shocking. Honestly, that is a shocking result, and I think something to look out for right there is that it's all about getting that hole shot right, but with that comes a lot of pressure. You feel that pressure from everyone behind you, and maybe that had something to do with Mercedes Silva slipping up.
One of the things that I've always noticed in calling years and years of snowboard cross is that there's always the smart competitor who sits back like a shark and just waits for people to go down. Like you said, there's a lot of pressure on you being the odds-on favorite, because it does push you to fire out of the gate really fast, but there's so much opportunity out the back. So here are the results here. Rachel Cecil moves on. Sarah Meeker moves on into the first bracket.
30% of the brackets just got torn up.
Wow.
And thrown in the bin right there. Here we have our replay, and there's a lot of chunk in there. And man, I've watched Mercedes run this course so many times through practice, and I don't know if I've seen her go down there.
Adrenaline pays a big toll when you just are nervous, and maybe she was.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a lot of pressure on her. Everybody's talking about her being the favorite. I mean, it can be hard to handle all that adrenaline.
And you can see just how narrow some of these sections are here too. So if we do get a heat that's very competitive and everyone's on top of each other when we go into some of these turns, there's the opportunity for big time carnage.
Yeah. Yeah, and props to Mercedes for getting back in the race after that fall, right? She made that close at the end there. And props to Sarah Meeker as well. I mean, sort of an underdog right there, who's moving on out of Baltimore, Maryland. So good for her for finishing in second place in this heat, and
Sarah had her
see
game
if she
face
can make
on.
a run here.
She
Every
did.
year, someone unexpected makes a run. So maybe that's Sarah Meeker this year.
Well, we're going to toss down right now to Ted, who is with the winner of our first heat.
Well, folks, you can't quite call it an upset, because Rachel Cecil is no stranger of crossing the finish line first. Rachel, how do you feel after coming down here clean on a simple run?
I feel incredible. I trusted my training. I trusted my instincts. Sarah Meeker and I are actually both on enduros on this track. Like, we stuck with what we knew, nothing new on game day, and here we are.
How are you feeling on the board today?
I feel great. I feel incredible. I'm just going to stay patient, stay calm, and just ride the trail and have a blast.
There you have it, folks. Rachel Cecil with the #1 spot on Heat 1. Still got a lot of racing to go. Let's get to it.
All right, thanks, Ted. And, you know, we're just getting started here, so we're going to move back up to the top here in a second and get underway with Heat #2. But, I mean, already you're just kind of seeing this. Anything can happen.
Got to throw the script out.
Yeah.
And I love seeing the sportsmanship, really. Like, Mercedes was down there giving hugs, smiles. Sarah Beaker must be so happy.
That's now, though. That's now. Okay, there's 10 grand on the line here, Monica. It's not going to be all cool and fuzzy, lovey up there.
Wait till the finals.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be an absolute battle. And as I said, we are heading towards a final here, so we got to jump into the second bracket and set that up. I mean, who do you like in this one? We've got Rachel McCosker. We have actually Raquel McCosker, Rachel Payne, Alicia Hemmings, and Heather Grail. Who do you like in this one?
So Raquel McCosker is one of the best riders. She took a 2-year hiatus, and so I think that she might be one of the favorites here, but Rachel Payne's always up there in that top tier of riders as well. I think those two might be your favorite, but as we just saw, could be anybody's ball game. There's an infinite amount of opportunities to slip up on this course, so could be anyone. And another thing to call out is that Alicia Hemmings, who goes by Bugs, is from the UK. So she flew all the way here to race in this event. She competed in the European circuit, so it's going to be really interesting to see how she responds here with the best riders in the world.
Cool.
I'm sure she's just psyching to be there.
Yeah, I'm sure as well. Let's learn about where these riders are from and who they are.
Raquel McCosker, and I am from Sacramento, California.
My name's Rachel Payne, and I'm from North Texas.
My name's Alicia, and I'm riding out of Lincolnshire in the UK.
Hi, my name's Heather Grail, and I'm from San Diego, California.
All right, well, let's line them up here and get going with this second race. And as we see, the riders are up there. Has there been talk about which lane is actually faster out the gate?
That's a great question. So the top seed gets to pick their lane choice. So the top seed in this bracket here is Raquel McCosker. So she chose second from the right there in the blue. That's Raquel. So maybe that's the fastest. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who gets that whole shot. But yeah, it's pretty consequential. Let's look out for where the top seed is picking, though. That's a good call out.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Racers ready? Ready. All right.
All right, it is dropped, and they are in and on the course.
It looks like Rachel Payne with the whole shot there. Raquel McCosker right behind her. And then a little bit of battle for third and fourth. Looks like Alicia Hemmings in third. But yeah, Rachel Payne looking smooth as fast, Todd. Looking smooth as fast in the front there with Raquel McCosker behind her.
However, we're coming into that section here that doesn't take any prisoners.
Yeah, that's where Mercedes had some trouble. And there's this rock.
Oh,
yeah, that's tough right there. Okay, Rachel Payne with her choice here. She goes far right. Far right, I could ride far right. So I think that it might be the easiest. Raquel McCosker far left. Both of them lace it. Nice.
I think it also is important to mention that they have to give their best effort on going over those stumps. They can't just slide through the middle section of those. They must attempt.
Yep, absolutely. Rachel Payne on the berm. She's looking good. She's got a nice little cushion there. Raquel McCosker behind her. Both of these ladies probably feel pretty confident. Looks like they got a little bit of a gap.
They've got some space, which makes them feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah. Onto the boardwalk, off the boardwalk. It's pretty steep off the boardwalk. You really gotta lean into that and into that toilet bowl berm right there, which is also incredibly steep.
And some of those little dragon back features down in here, once we get down into the woods, and there's just those rollers, and in between those rollers is just some rock drainage that the ski area has set up, and that could easily take it out from underneath you.
You just saw Rachel Payne going over one of those drainage setups right there. Yeah, it's super rocky, little technical, but they fly over it. It's pretty impressive. Rachel Payne still in first place. Interesting to see her get the whole shot. It looked like she got it by a little bit of margin there. That could help her moving on, past this round and beyond, and Raquel right on her tail.
Obviously, we're seeing that the start is really important. And what is a good start? You have to be leaning just enough to pop out of that gate efficiently.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as soon as that gate goes and it's on a timer, so anywhere from 3 seconds to 15 seconds, it's going to drop, and then you just got to lean in. Here we have Rachel Payne coming in first there, 2-minute 15-second mark. Raquel McCosker right behind her. Those are probably your two favorites. Moving on, two of the top riders here today.
Not sure if we saw any spills.
No, that was a really, really smooth race.
That looks like Bugs. You can tell from the tail. All the way from the UK. Clap it up for Bugs coming around the turn there. Representing the UK, coming in third.
So pretty smooth race by everyone. The two riders that'll move on out of this one will be Rachel and Raquel.
Yep.
And I mean, wow, that race was a lot smoother. Not as much drama going on in that one, but it just shows you that you have to really take your time through some of these technical sections if you want to make it down clean.
Smooth as fast.
Smooth as fast.
Smooth as fast. Yeah, we got two Rachels and one Raquel, you know, in moving on to the next round. So a commentator's nightmare, really.
It's a true commentator's nightmare. Heather is hauling. I mean, this is going to be really interesting to see, because now that we have one of the fastest seeds knocked out, and we're starting to see a little bit of drama build up here into, you know, the semifinal and then into the final. I mean, if there's some odds on, who are you betting on right now, Jack,
oh man,
for the final?
I think Rachel Cecil might have to be the favorite at this point. Although Rachel Payne looked really good in that heat.
And
Here
we have not yet
highlights.
seen Allie.
We haven't seen Allie. That's right. We haven't seen Allie. She's obviously one of the top competitors as well.
And Gabby Soto, she's been in the mix for a long time.
That's true as well. Yeah, totally. And it's pretty chaotic. Could be anyone's ball game. But yeah, huge upset to see Mercedes out at this juncture. Smooth race.
Very smooth
race. They made Onewheeling look smooth, easy, and fun here.
If I were racing, I would love to have the space that these girls had in this heat. Just like, it's your own race, you're taking your own space, and you're focusing on what you're doing and not worrying about the hustle and bustle. So that was a nice, clean heat there.
Yeah, but I will say this. As a spectator, I want to see people up, like rubbing is racing. You know, that's
100%.
really where it's going to get
100%.
fun.
Yeah.
We'll see if we get that in this next heat here. But as we move down the bracket, I can almost guarantee it. Here we have our crowd.
All right, so there's the final results here from heat number 2. We have one more heat before we start to move on into the final. So we're moving along here at a very quick pace.
Oh yeah, doesn't take them too long to get down this mountain. It's a little less than a mile, and they're going quick. Took me a little bit longer than these ladies.
You know, it's funny because like when you first hooked me up with a Onewheel a while ago, you know, you think you get going quick, and your self-preservation thing clicks in your head and says, slow down. These guys are going twice as fast as what the original models of Onewheels used to provide in thrills.
That's a very good point. Yeah, they're riding on Onewheel GT. They have a lot more power at their disposal than what we were riding back in 16. You know, I don't know if we'd make it down the course back then, to be honest, Todd.
I would get played. I would get thrown into the wood. Bug on a windshield would be me.
Yeah. Well, that's what's cool to see. You know, been doing this a long time, and it's just incredible to see just how far it's come in 6 or 7 years. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. We got Rachel Cecil, Sarah Meeker, Raquel McCosker, and Rachel Payne, and we're going to have 2 more out of this Allie, Gabby, Brenda, and Joanna bracket here. I probably got to go with Allie and Gabby, but I think, I wouldn't be surprised to see Brenda or Joanna sneak in there.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to watch as we move our way down through the bracket. We're going to go straight back up to the top, and they are ready to race once again.
Let's do another.
All right, who you like out of this group?
Yeah, Allie Stanley on the left there, probably the favorite. Gabby.
Number 2 seed.
Yep, number 2 seed. Monica, you mentioned Gabby. She has been a player for a long time. And then Brenda and Joanna, both solid riders. Nothing would shock me here, but I think Allie's probably the favorite.
This is a good vibe heat right here. I saw all the girls on the course today, and they were top smiling contenders. So excited for the day, and I think they're going to have fun out there.
All right, let's hear from the riders and where they're from and set up this race.
I'm Allie Stanley, and I'm riding out of San Diego, California. My name is Gabby Soto, and I'm from Sacramento, California.
My name is Brenda Bonnell, and I'm coming from San Diego, California.
My name is Joanna Lang, and I am from Peoria, Arizona.
There is Joanna there. On the left, Joanna in the pink goggles. Love that look.
And the pink lip.
And the pink lip. Yeah,
Love
matching.
it. Yeah, so we saw these girls earlier, and I got to ask them a couple questions about their pads and what they were wearing, and they gave me a full rundown of how they're protecting themselves and staying safe out there. So I was excited to see that and stoked that they're doing that, but also they're ready to go as fast as they've ever gone today, right now.
That's right. There's Allie right there. They got the knee pads, they got the hip pads, they got the tailbone pads, they got the function wrist guards, and of course they got the full face helmet.
Allie's got no goggle.
Yeah, interesting. I'd be tearing up, to be honest. Probably going as fast as she is. And on the right there, we have Gabby Soto.
And she's
Gabby, one of our younger competitors.
Yeah, she's riding no guard because she likes to see the wheel.
Yeah, no fender.
No fender.
All right, so this start, as we were kind of talking about earlier, just having how important it is of lane choice and how important it is to get that whole shot out the front.
It's pretty wild because, like they said, 3 to 15 seconds in between waiting for that gate to drop. So
the suspense begins.
The suspense begins.
Allie Stanley in the dark blue and light blue. Woo! Who's going to get that whole shot?
Ooh, way tighter pack here out the gate.
Looks like Allie.
She just nudged out, I think it might have been Gabby Soto. They file into this single track here.
Yep.
Let's see if there's any surprises.
This is very tight up top. I like this because this has implications coming into the log jam.
That's right. Yeah, let's see. Oh, man, that's Joanna Lang, I think, sliding down the hill a little bit there. Okay, we got 1, 2, and 3 with Joanna Lang going down. Let's see which log choice we have here from Allie. Looks like she's going far right.
Ooh, maybe a pass here through the logs. No, a little bit of apprehension there.
Nice.
Far right and far left for Gabby. Both of them successfully through. That's pretty huge. That is huge. That's the biggest technical feature that's on the course. So to get through cleanly, that gives you a shot. Into the wooden berm. Allie's staying pretty low. Up onto the dirt. 1 and 2, they're coming into the view crowd. We hear that little cheer there.
Nice, comfortable form. She doesn't look like she's really fighting it.
No, she's a natural. And I want to know where Brenda is here. Brenda in 3rd place behind Gabby. I wonder how much. Oh, she's got cushion. Gabby's got cushion here. Down the toilet bowl. And Allie and Gabby are kind of cruising 1-2. We'll see if Brenda can make up some ground. But right now, if they run clean runs, they're in good shape.
They're just enjoying this race at this point.
Shout out to the drone pilot who's just like in the woods right now.
Crushing.
Amazing.
Donkey time. Donkey time is the drone pilot. Down on this portion. Allie and Gabby.
We got a goofy footer with Allie. Gabby, she's riding regular.
Allie and Gabby, the 2 top seeds in this bracket. They're the 2 favorites. And they are right now riding like it.
They're putting on a show.
Smooth.
Super smooth coming in here into the last real feature of this, and then it's just a straight shot into the finish line. So pretty easy cruise for these 2 moving on in this race.
I think this is confidence inspiring for Gabby. She's one of the youngest riders here, and for her to stay so close to Allie this entire race, I think that's a big confidence boost for her moving on to the next round.
Nice.
Stoke levels incredibly high.
So as we look back here,
we got Brenda coming in 3rd. Brenda, great work. Great season. Just not quite enough to make it on to the next round. Still having fun with the little skirt right there.
Joanna, where is Joanna?
Joanna, we don't know. Hopefully she's
there. She is.
Okay. Yeah, last time we saw her, she was sliding down the hill a little bit. So glad to see her coming in 4th right there.
Still celebrating.
Still celebrating with the big hugs. Joanna Lang out of Arizona. So Allie and Gabby, moving on.
Yep, as predicted.
So really only one major upset so far, and it's the big one. It is, you cannot state how big of an upset the fact that Mercedes, is not in this next round is. But yeah, we got a pretty stacked field. We got Rachel Cecil, Sarah Meeker, Raquel McCosker, Rachel Payne, Allie and Gabby.
Yeah,
rounds out that bracket.
That is going to be cool to see them go in. And I mean, this next one I think is probably one of the more important races. We will get to that in a second, but here is a little recap of this. Monica, talk us through, just what we're experiencing here on the screen.
So on that first little sneaky rock section, we saw Joanna Lang go down, and that was kind of the beginning of the end for her because she didn't make it back into the lead, into the top 2 at all during that race. So that was a little bit of a bummer, but it did make for smooth sailing for Allie and Gabby, who just stuck together the whole race and just took basically a cruise down the mountain.
Dude, that rock section is the equalizer at this point.
It sure is.
I mean, and I'm wondering what the line is through it, because now all these riders have to be paying attention to what section is taking people out. And you want to think about that and put that in your head, as well as trying to avoid other riders. There's a lot going on. Ted, we're going to throw down to you with the winner of that last heat.
Alrighty, folks, I'm here with Allie Stanley, the winner of round 1, heat 2. Allie, no goggles. Last year you dislocated your shoulder. Now you're looking confident, maybe thinking you're going to be already ahead of the pack. How you feeling today?
I actually dislocated my shoulder 2 days before this race, and I have it all taped up. I feel fine. I think the biggest thing is me staying clean because I don't want to injure myself again. So I'm feeling okay, but I'm just going to be trailing behind if someone's in front of me and waiting for a mess up. A little sneakaroonie.
ORL traditional with 2 back-to-back dislocated shoulders. How's the board feeling underneath your feet today?
Pretty good. I was riding at way too high of a PSI when practicing, and then I lowered my PSI, and it's definitely a lot better. It's staying pretty good. I love the tire.
For the folks back at home, maybe wondering what PSI is Allie Stanley running, you want to give them your insider secrets? You want to wait till you finish?
I'll give a little secret. It's about an 8 or 9,
There you go, 8 or 9, folks. Gives you first place of round 1, heat 2. Back to you.
Thank you, Ted. Let's geek out a little bit here, just on talking about equipment and what you can manage and tweak up there being a rider.
Yeah, I mean, Allie just mentioned PSI. That's one of the biggest ones, right? How much air pressure you have in your tire. The more air pressure you have, the faster you can go in theory, but the lower air pressure you have, the easier time you have navigating all those rocks and stuff. And that's what we've been seeing up top, right? Is from the drone, it doesn't look too treacherous, but when you're walking it or when you're riding it, there's all kinds of rocks in that top section, and that's so far been the difference maker.
With choosing your line, I mean, we talked about that for a minute, but didn't really get to go into it. It's there's not really a clear answer for that. There is not one line that's obviously you should take that one. It's pretty crazy up there.
I definitely think, though, that it has to be getting into some of the riders' heads, though, is okay, well, I see this rock section's coming up. I can either take the high line or kind of go low down around it, because you can watch right before the stump section where that final little bit of rocks is before it kind of sets you up for, to get the log jam. If you take the high line kind of up near where the berm is, it slows you down. And it seems like the lower line is a little bit more speedy, but maybe a little bit more risky, kind of puts you in some rubble.
No doubt they have a plan. No doubt.
Everyone's got a plan until the gate drops.
Exactly.
Right?
That's so true. It's everything goes out the window as soon as the adrenaline kicks in. But so far, I mean, we've had some great races. We've had some big upsets. I'd like to take a look at the course and just how this course is holding up and how these riders are doing. I mean, the amount of work that's gone into making sure, that they leave just enough in this course to make it adventurous, but also at the same time farming some of the stuff out of there, making sure the berms are smooth. I mean, it's pretty important. Course maintenance is a big deal.
Huge. And the thing is that this is actually part of the old highway. This actually used to be, I think, how people got over this hill. And so a lot of this was paved, and we actually brought tons of truckloads of dirt out and covered this entire thing. Shout out to the build crew. They were here 2.5 weeks before now, hauling truckloads of dirt up there. So key for a good race, a smooth race. Can't pull all the rocks out, though. Turns out. So
and we wouldn't want to.
No.
Honestly, we wouldn't want to, because we want to see them pushing the limits as hard as they can.
Yeah. No, it does make for those surprises. And so, a lot of course prep, though, and shout out to all those people that did that. That's a whole lot of work. All these wood features did not exist before a couple weeks ago. So pretty cool to see. And yeah, it comes together in a complete course.
All right, well, here's the brackets, the way they shake out right now. You see here we've got some big names have dropped out already as we get ready to move into the semifinals. Actually, no, this is the final. We're moving into the final here.
We got 2 more.
Oh, we have one
races
more.
at
We
the
have
end.
the semi.
Yep. So we got Rachel Cecil, Sarah Meeker, and Raquel McCosker in this next race here. Rachel Cecil, defending champ. Raquel McCosker looked pretty strong in hers, and Sarah Meeker got in there with in that first heat. And then below we had Allie, Gabby, and Rachel Payne. All 3 of those ladies are incredibly strong. I could see any of them taking the whole thing as well. So these are going to be really fun heats to watch. It's all coming down to this.
Right, and it's very, very fast. And this is a super important heat here because we have last year's champion. You need to be in the top 2 to move on into that next bracket to make it for the final. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the 22 Race for the Rail highlights. You are watching one of the most exciting races that you can possibly have here from Sky Tavern right outside of Reno, Nevada. Stick around, more action when we come back.
Welcome, race fans, to beautiful Sky Tavern Ski Lodge here in Reno, Nevada. This is what we came for, the Onewheel Race for the Rail World Championships. This is going to be the most insane Onewheel race you have ever seen.
Ooh.
We got a pass. Oh, Neil Bennett coming for the pass right now over Austin. Into the first feature.
Let's see how they take this.
Oh, God. Neil, oh my gosh.
We're gonna
battle
have
right here.
We're gonna have a battle, Nicole and Gabby for second place. Nicole
And
goes
Nicole
by.
goes
Nicole
into
goes by,
second.
and she gets around Gabby.
This is amazing.
Are
Oh, Thor
you
going
kidding
for an
me?
outside
Thor.
pass.
Oh my
Rubbing his
God!
racing,
Are
baby.
you kidding? Tyler
Defending
James
champ.
with the pole shot. Jeff Adair on his tail. Brandon Peavy fighting in third place, and Kyle Klausing in the back. It's a battle for 1 and 2. It looks like a
Brandon
pass.
Peavy taking the lead.
He's an aggressive rider, huh?
Yes, any sneaker rocks on this course.
Oh,
Brandon Peavy! Oh, down! Brandon Peavy down 40s down the hill. Sam right there.
Ooh,
It's like,
offensive
oh,
line.
Sam!
Oh,
Kyle down!
Everybody down.
Oh my gosh, Luke
Everybody
Austin
down.
taking the lead!
Luke, oh
Second
my
place
goodness.
is still
Oh
available.
my God.
Oh, Bodie Harrison
Bodie
down. Jeez.
airing the
Come on,
Ford
Bodie, come
Ranger. We got Neil, Bodie, and Thor. That was where Thor made his move last
Oh,
time.
he's going
Thor's
again.
Going for
He's
it.
going again.
Thor going for it on Bodie.
Oh,
Bodie holds him off.
Oh,
Thor
down! Door
Thor's
down! Kyle's in third now.
Kyle's in third,
Yeah.
and Tyler in fourth.
Fourth for four.
Tyler James clean. Everyone is still in this race. 1, 2, and 3.
Tyler went from fourth to second, trying to
Luke
keep it clean,
Austin
trying to
and
keep it
Tyler
smooth.
James right now in the top 2 spots with Kyle Hansen. Kyle's gonna have to pick his moment. Tyler with the pass.
Oh, Tyler
Tyler
James.
with the pass. Luke Austin in second. Tyler James is in the lead.
Oh, Luke Austin coming through, getting some speed out that.
2 riders will move on. Tyler James is
Oh.
one of them. Oh my gosh, Tyler
what?
off his board.
Wait,
Luke Austin
wait.
and Kyle Hansen through.
What just happened?
Mercedes in the lead. Rachel Cecil in second. Rachel Payne in third.
Anything can happen.
A little sketchy.
Diesel
1 and
is
2.
pushing
Mercedes and
it.
Rachel. To
And
the
we got
view of
what
the crowd.
standard?
Rachel Cecil and Mercedes Silva. One of these
Rachel
Cecil goes for the pass into the home stretch. Rachel Cecil, Mercedes Silva, Rachel Cecil.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh. Mercedes took a slam there.
That was all right. Well, you wanted intensity, you wanted drama.
Diesel is the winner.
Your 2022 Women's Race for the Rail champion.
I can't even express how much this means to me. Thank you, everybody that came out, all my family that came out to support me. This is amazing. I've wanted this so bad for so many years. I was just telling myself the whole time, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Kyle Hansen, he is trail. He is El Gato. Can he seal the deal? Second place last year in the 2021 championships. This is his moment.
We got Kyle Hansen, we got Neil Bennett, we got Bodie Harrison all battling. 1, 2, 3, Neil, then Kyle, then Luke, then Bodie. It is tight though.
Oh, take it. Whoa, all good, get it.
Luke Austin in second, Bodie Harrison in third. This is not about top 2, this is about top 1. Let's see who comes out on top.
Let's go, I see you catching me.
Kyle Hansen with the lead, Bodie just behind him.
Come on, Bodie, push it, baby.
Turn. Kyle Hansen from San Diego, California is your 2022 champion.
Well, they say the racer having the most fun is the fastest, and Kyle Hansen has been having the most fun since the jump of this event. We have a new one-wheel world champion.
Kyle Hansen, are you kidding me? El Gato out of San Diego.
You guys know I love all of you. You guys know I'm doing this for fun. I want every single one of you guys out here on the wheel having fun every day of your life. Let's ride one wheels forever.
We are back, Sky Tavern, Reno, Nevada, for the one-wheel race to the rail here. And we've already seen some pretty crazy action. We are in the midst of the women's competition, moving into the semifinals. There's been drama, there's been upsets, there's been slams, everything that you could possibly want from any kind of racing. And I'm joined here, I'm Todd Riches, I'm joined here in the booth by Jack Mudd and Monica Elogram. I mean, we've seen so much fun racing so far. Some upsets.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're into the semis. We got 6 of the fastest women in the world, and it's going to be really fun to see how that shakes out. Top 2 move on. So the last rider, unfortunately, goes home here to fill out that final bracket.
Yeah, and we're just getting set up top here. So far, we've seen a couple different sections of this course claim people. Monica, you know, we were talking about it, that rock section, trying to find the line through there, trying to not listen to the chatter of the riders behind you. It's got to be very, very difficult.
The whole thing is critical, so you have to be on your A game from the start. Not only are they going to be going the fastest that they've ever gone, way faster than practice, they're leaving it all on the trail today, but they're also recognizing that with each feature brings on a new challenge, and they're ready for it.
All right, Jack, who do we have in this heat for the semifinal, the first semifinal heat?
We got our defending champ, Rachel Diesel Cecil. We got Sarah Meeker out of Baltimore, Maryland, and we have Raquel McCosker off 2-year hiatus and looking really strong. This is a strong heat here. I think Rachel Cecil probably the favorite. Probably you would guess that Raquel would finish either first or second behind Rachel. Sarah Meeker probably the underdog going in here, but a lot of people didn't have her making it out of that first heat, and who's to say she won't make it out again?
We saw what she could do there, and she went ahead and took out the favorite, so she's ready to bring it.
All right, well, before we get to this first semifinal race, we're going to see what these riders do in the off time.
When I'm not one-wheeling, I like to boulder with my wife, Sarah, and hang out with our pups, and I usually like to one-wheel with our dogs, but sometimes we'll go on walks together, and it's really nice.
When I'm not one-wheeling, I am probably
landscaping. I own a landscaping business. I also work medical for a lot of festivals. So I manage EMS professionals for outdoor music festivals. It gets a little bit wild.
Even when I'm not one-wheeling, I am doing some sort of board sport in some way, shape, or form. I like to be wakeboarding, wake surfing, snowboarding, skateboarding, and just definitely a regular-footed rider.
There we see Sarah Meeker there on the left in the green. Big improvement this year, folks, with different colored jerseys. Last year, everyone in black made it a little tough to see. We have Raquel McCosker in blue right there, former wakeboarding professional. We just heard from her. She has a real shot today to take it all home. And then next to her, we have Rachel Cecil, our defending champion, in the brown. So, yeah, I think this is going to be good. This is going to be exciting. Look at the smiles and the energy up there. You got to love that.
Yeah, I think it's important to mention that one requirement this year is a full face helmet because these girls are sending it. They're putting it on the line. Looks like there's an optional glasses situation going on, but the full face helmet is happening, and these girls are.
Yo, full face helmet? Yes. That's straight up. You want a full face helmet.
Yeah. There's going to be new adjustments made every year. This is a brand new sport, and girls are taking it there.
Yeah, every year just gets progresses farther.
And legitimized.
Absolutely, and they're gearing up for it. Here we go. Top 3.
All right, so we have a 3-person heat now. We've lost one competitor. Does that make things a little bit less stressful?
I don't know. I mean, you don't want to be in third. I'll tell you that. So we'll see how that affects the strategy. Yeah, it might come into play. We'll see if that pack stays tighter or if 1 and 2 can kind of get some separation like they have been in some of these races here.
3 is a crowd.
Yeah, 3 is a crowd. All right, top 2 advance out of this race into the final.
And they are off. Looks like Raquel McCosker and Rachel Cecil 1-2, kind of as we expected. It's pretty tight between them. Sarah Meeker in third.
It narrows up right here, so you don't want to be trying to go for a pass in that section, do you?
No, I think it's impossible. You just want to stay on your board through this section here. So the shadows kind of starting to come into play too. You wonder if that has any effect on their visibility there.
Here we come into that rocky section.
Let's see what Raquel chooses. Oh,
woo.
High line.
Yes, stays
able
on her
to
board.
hang on. Raquel McCosker able to stay on her board. That was close. They're both going for that far right line. Don't want to mess up there. Sarah Meeker also opting for that far right line. We have our same order, Raquel McCosker and Rachel Cecil, last year's defending champ, right behind her.
And honestly, there's no need for Cecil to be trying super hard to be passing Raquel right now. She just needs to keep her line, stay on her board, and finish the race in first or second. So they're probably just going to cruise along here.
That's right. Interesting to see how far back Sarah Meeker is in third, but it looks like they have a comfortable lead, 1 and 2, into the toilet bowl.
I think the separation was really created at the log garden because that's a crazy obstacle to overcome, and these top 2 girls just flew straight over those bumps.
They did, all of them taking that right line. Don't underestimate, as Todd mentioned, some of these rock drainages. They're tricky enough to claim someone, so.
I think the next race, those will really come into play as you're shooting down this thing for $10,000. That's when all self-preservation goes out the window.
You're right. The strategy changes a lot when it's top 2 move on than when it's one person gets a check. That's a very good point. Into view the crowd here. We hear the crowd here at Sky Tavern. This is where Rachel Cecil won last year's race, right in this section.
You can really see the body language here. They are trying to go fast, but they're also keeping a lot of composure and just chilling through this because they know that both of them are going to be in the final.
Nice and cruisy. That's all they needed to do. Top 2 move on into the final. So we have the first of the final bracket set. Something to be considered here too is the rider with the fastest time moving into the final gets lane choice, and we haven't really seen a dominant lane so far up top when the gate drops, but it does come into play, especially if these riders are getting used to taking off in one spot.
I haven't had the chance to ride the course through the gate or anything like that, but it seems like there's a little bit of a lean advantage that goes on once that gate opens. If you've got the teeter correctly and you're just ready to lean straight in, then you're probably going to be first out.
But you don't want to be too aggressive, or you're going to nose drive.
Right. You don't want to go too fast out of there, but you want to step on the acceleration, absolutely. So here they're on the logs. Yeah, looking comfortable through this entire course here for both of these women.
I mean, a lot of this comes down to is like, you've got to be on this, and you have to have that certain athletic tenseness to your body but you also, your legs have to be shock absorbers. They're doing all the work for you. And as you get more and more tired, you start to get that lactic acid building up, and stuff isn't as flexy anymore. So you really have to be conscious of how loose you keep it through this course.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're seeing, what are our times? 2:14, 2:15. So that's enough time you start feeling that burn.
Totally.
By the time you get to the bottom of the course here. So first two finalists, Rachel Cecil, Raquel McCosker. These are two of the ladies that we probably expected to see here, and it'll be interesting to see who will be joining them in that final heat.
Yeah, so we have one more semifinal heat to go, and then it's the race for $10,000. And that's what I'm really waiting for, because you know, in my own evil little mind, I want to see people just go madhouse on this course. Yeah,
all in.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's send it down to Ted Rosser, who's with the winner of that last heat.
Cool comment.
All right. Well, Ted, we're getting having a little bit of audio difficulty. So we're gonna jibber jabber. He's up
Someone's stepping on the cord down there.
Yeah, someone needs to plug that cord back in.
Raquel is saying that she is psyched to be in this finals here with Rachel Cecil, and we'll see who will be joining the two of them. Again, two more riders will fill out that final bracket. Great to see Raquel McCosker coming in first there in front of Rachel Cecil. Kind of interesting. Rachel Cecil, our leader last year, coming in behind Raquel McCosker.
That maybe, you know, of course, you want to come across the finish line, but like we were saying, it's the top two advance, you know, dialing it down a little bit and saving it for when it really needs to happen. So there is strategy that's going on right now.
Yeah, I could see a more relaxed stance coming through from Rachel Cecil there. I think she was just ready to sit back, follow Raquel's line, and just take it all the way to the finish line without taking a spill.
Well, that relaxation is going to be out the window here, because they've moved on to the final as we set up our next heat, the second semifinal heat here that will determine our final round of 4 women who will be racing for $10,000 here in the Race the Rail. Good look at the start right there. As you said, the shadows are creeping.
Shadows are creeping. I think this is probably going to be our most competitive heat that we've seen so far today between Allie, Gabby, and Rachel Payne. All these women are really, really, really strong riders. I think this one's going to be tight the whole way through. That's my projection here as we see our 3 ladies that are
I
about to
agree.
race.
I think unless we see some wipeouts, we're going to see these guys, these girls, really sticking together through this race.
All right. Well, before we get to our final race here, we're going to learn about these riders and what they do when they're not on board.
When I'm not one-wheeling, I like to do random stuff, whatever looks fun. I'm like, I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go walk around outside, and 'cause San Diego's so beautiful, you can just go check out stuff. So just do stuff. I look up things to do on this day, and I'm like, that looks fun. Let's go do that.
When I'm not one-wheeling, I like to hang out with friends. I'm in high school, so just do stuff with my friends. I just started driving, and yeah.
I like to hike. I like to mountain bike. Anything outside I can do is the best.
She likes to hike. She's from North Texas. We'll see if today is her day. She's been, you know, a mainstay in these races for a while. Allie, who's never won it, the number 2 seed in blue. Allie has the talent and the speed to take it. Absolutely. She's in the middle. She chose that position there, Todd. And then on the right, we have Gabby Soto. She just got her driver's license, and she is dropping in on ski mountains on one wheels. Pretty awesome.
She is licensed to one wheel.
Yeah, how did our fans do with the top picks here? We had those the brackets that people could vote on here. What are we looking at now?
Well, everyone was surprised with Mercedes Silva not being in this juncture of the race, but Allie Stanley, Raquel McCosker, who's in the finals, and Gabby Soto, they are all three alive. Of course, you have Allie and Gabby in this bracket. So this is going to be really competitive. And Rachel Payne is the 4 seed, so definitely don't sleep on her as well. We have the 2, 4, and 5 seeds in this heat. This is going to be a good one.
All right, races are ready. Wait for this to drop. All right, it is dropped. Here we go.
Down.
Second semifinal heat.
Ooh, Rachel Payne and Allie Stanley. And it looks like Rachel Payne got out in front of Allie Stanley. Again, top 2 move on. Gabby in 3rd there. Heading up the pack. A little separation in this part of the course. I think they all know that they need to lace the log jam, stay on their board in this section.
Here we come into the rock garden, the equalizer section. Going for the high line.
Allie's kind of making a move, even though she doesn't necessarily have to. Oh, Gabby's down. Gabby's down. It'll be interesting to see if Allie knows that, if she plays it a little bit safer. But 1 and 2 right now looks pretty clear with Rachel Payne and Allie Stanley. I would have thought that Allie Stanley would be the fastest of this group, but it's interesting to see Rachel Payne's got the whole shot now in 2 of the races.
A little dust there.
Again, you know, the question that I have too is like you can't really turn around and look and see who's behind you.
No, look how tight this is.
No
Allie is still foot on the gas here.
She definitely doesn't know that
speed wobbles.
Gabby's gone down.
Right down the steep. That's really steep there. And then into the toilet bowl. Cue the flushing sound effect.
You do not want to get flushed right there. I'll tell you that.
No. Rachel Payne and Allie Stanley, if they can put together clean runs, they will move on. Little look back there.
We definitely saw a look back from Rachel Payne. She's like, okay, what do I got going on behind
That's
me?
really one of the only opportunities that you have on any of those switchbacks to actually look back up the hill and see where your competitor is.
They'll pop out of this snake run any moment here. I assume the order still holds. Let's take a look and see if we still have Rachel Payne out in front of Allie.
That's so cool. You can see the lights busting through there in the shadows.
That's right. Down this berm, this is a major passing opportunity. Rachel Payne with a nice lead over Allie Stanley. Rachel Payne is making a bit of a statement here, going toe-to-toe with a number 2 seeded rider.
She's showing how fast she can go.
She's
showing off
quick.
that speed.
Here's the thing about Rachel Payne, who cruises into the finish line right here and will be moving on. She broke her ankle 8 weeks ago, 8 or 9 weeks ago. She got her boot off 3 weeks ago, and today she moves into the finals.
Wow, and just like that, we have a final bracket set up. Rachel Payne comes through with the win there. Allie Stanley in second. Top 2 move on. Unfortunately for Gabby Soto, she will be sent home packing, but a great day of racing nonetheless.
Big smile on her face. You love to see that. That's awesome.
And she's got so many more years to compete here at Race for the Rail. She is one of our youngest competitors, and she's got plenty of time to come back stronger and more fierce next year.
I was not doing this when I was getting my driver's license.
No, definitely not. All right, so our final bracket is now set. We have, let's see, Raquel McCosker is in that, and we're going to look at some highlights here from this heat recap. As I was just saying, the final bracket is set with Raquel, Rachel Payne, and Allie Stanley.
We have the commentator's nightmare bracket.
It is Raquel,
we have
two
Raquel,
Rachels.
2 Rachels, but we have an Allie.
That's right.
So, yeah, you look at, I was surprised to see how tight Allie tried to keep that. Even though I feel like she might have known that she had some room, she still was on the gas pedal. That's kind of her mentality.
This is also still a warm-up for the final. She knows she's going to have to go as fast as she's ever gone in the next heat, so why take it slow here? Use it as a practice run, keep your foot on the gas pedal, and give it your all. Yeah.
Totally. And this is where you throw out the whole pattern, right, of top 2 move on in this next one.
Yeah, it's one person, risk it all to gain it all on this next heat here. This will be for the $10,000. All right, now we are going to throw down to Ted Rosser, who's with the winner of that last heat.
Rachel Payne, you're looking great out there. You're looking dialed. How are you feeling gearing up for the finals here?
I'm feeling super stoked. I'm ready to go out there and win it. So one more round.
How's that board feeling underneath your feet?
It's feeling pretty good. The track is feeling pretty smooth. I'm picking some clean lines and just trying to be smooth and fast.
And with that new custom shaping developed for you guys here, Racing Race to the Rail, have you used that? Are you sticking to what you used to use? Talk us through your program here.
I have used it. I'm using the aggression levels and trying to get my top speed, getting the whole shot, and it's really helped. And the extra braking is really good too, and tilting the nose. I'm doing a few different things.
Well, you're looking great out there. Excited to see you move on, and wishing you the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ted. That's definitely something to talk about too, is just how important it is, the programming of these one wheels, and how much tech goes into these things that really makes a difference when you're out there racing or just riding a one wheel in general.
But let's be real here. These girls are not going to give up their secrets just yet.
No, no.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
these
still
boards are making about 14,000 calculations per second, right? And they're adjusting to the rider's movements, and you can actually now adjust your board incredibly accurately to create the riding experience that you want through these different berms and downhill situations over these rocks. So that's what we're just hearing about. These riders have early access to something we call custom shaping, which just unlocks like a whole treasure trove of customization.
And not every rider is going to, choose the same customizations. Everyone rides differently.
Yeah. We stole the shaping thing from the surf world, right? Different shaped boards to create different shaped
But this is more of like a feeling. You're actually stealing the shape feeling, like what a board would feel like.
Yeah. So you can play with how you want your nose to respond as you go into a deep berm. You can, she talked about how strong your braking is. She talked about how fast and how strong she accelerates. So really interesting stuff.
All right, well, here is the final bracket. Raquel, Rachel, and Allie. I mean, this is going to be a heavy one. And like I was saying, I want to see absolute foot on the pedal.
I think we will. We have our 2, 3, and 4 seeds. And then our 12 seed, but our 12 seed is last year's champion.
Yeah.
So this is as good as it gets here. We will see our most competitive race certainly between these women. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I know, you were saying like this. There's a strategy going into qualifying to make it into the final, and now whoever crosses the finish line first is going to go home with $10,000. So it's like
throw it out the window.
That mental game is completely gone. And,
Absolutely.
And now it's just like pinning it to win it.
It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing. Who do you guys have? Who are we picking?
I'm looking at this. I'm thinking that we've been watching the formula of smooth being faster.
Yep.
And I think that there may be some overly aggressive tactics going on in here.
Yep.
And I'm thinking that, basically I'm saying that if I'm looking at Raquel's, that her style up there was just to look and hunt down the smoother lines. I think that's what it's going to take, is really trying to just be smooth and not to be overly aggressive with the course.
Sounds like we got a vote on Raquel there.
I'm giving you that vote right now, yeah.
I'm going to have to go for Rachel Diesel Cecil. I'm thinking that we're going to see our very first winning repeat. And I'm just thinking that because I went into this race thinking that. So I'm going to stick to that, but I have to just give a shout out real quick to Rachel Payne because I was very impressed by her run as well. And I think it's a possibility. I'm not allowed to choose two,
Not allowed to choose two.
I'm not allowed to choose two.
It's super finessey course though. You can't just like power through this,
I just don't think that we've seen 100% from Diesel Cecil yet, and she's going to throw it down right now for us.
Well, hey, let's throw down here. We got Ted's just kind of lurking by the sword down here. What are you doing?
Well, I'm admiring this beautiful rail we have here. This is the #1 champion Race to the Rail 2023 sword that will be crowned here very shortly. With this sword brings great power, and that holds it. Also $10,000 power in their pocket. All right? What are they going to do with that $10,000? We're going to find out. Maybe go to Disneyland. Maybe go to Disneyland 10 times. I don't know. Disneyland, in most recent times, gotten pretty expensive, so maybe you can only hit it 3 times.
Yeah, 10 grand, Ted, you can go to Disneyland for like 2 hours on a Thursday. You're not allowed to pull that out of the stump. When we come back, we are going to race and see who is going to go home with the title for this year's Race the Rail. Stick around. The most action-packed race of the day is about to go down.
Hey, this is Dave with Function, and today we're going to go over all of the various styles that we offer in wrist guards and why you might choose one style over the other. So we'll start with the Ripper. The Ripper is a neoprene, easy slip on and off wrist guard. It also offers the standard under wrist splint, similar to the other models, as well as an upper wrist splint, which is something that a lot of people prefer for a little additional protection from over flexing your wrist. They're also our least expensive wrist guard option if you're looking for something to get started with. So the Shredders are our classic go-to half finger, offers super sturdy under wrist splint, provides a good amount of impact protection if you put your palm down. Another important feature on these is the wrist strap. The strap itself actually provides good protection in terms of hyperextending your wrist. Anyone that rides with these needs to know that it's important to get this strap as tight as you can, because this is actually providing some of the support in the design of this glove. The Senders are a similar design to the Shredders with full fingers. If you're riding anywhere where there's sharp rocks or things that could cut your fingers, this is what you want. We implemented touchscreen tips in the thumb and index finger. Works great with your phone. Obviously, if you're out riding one wheels, you're gonna need to be on your phone, changing modes, whatever you do. So full finger protection, but you can still use your phone. So we've optimized these wrist guards for riding one wheel in EUC. But I think if you're doing any sports where you might have to put your hands down, I think these are gonna serve you well. So check them out on the website and go get yourself a pair now.
Introducing the new Onewheel GT Performance Slick and Treaded tires.
The Slicks ride so nice. It takes all the chatter out, very confidence inspiring.
If you're going for on and off road and a nice mix of that, I think the Treaded's gonna be a great tire for everyone.
The beauty of Sky Tavern is that it's for the community, by the community.
We give an opportunity to kids and adults that don't have the means or accessibility to getting out to the outdoors, where to come up, try skiing, try mountain biking, get involved outdoors, and just see what the Nevada mountains have to offer.
One of the few places in the country that's community oriented, run entirely by volunteers. It's special. The vibe here is special.
There is no barrier to entry here. You don't have to be wealthy to be able to come out and ski.
Because skiing is a sport that you can do as a family for generations.
Sky Tavern's different than other local skiers in that we're a non-profit organization. Without our volunteers and the help from our community partners and corporate partners, we wouldn't exist.
It's kind of neat because you think about it, the person's volunteering, but their regular day job, I mean, they could be a city council person and they're running a register at the snack bar, or they're washing dishes, or they're literally shoveling snow. And it just shows that it doesn't matter who you are, you're here for the right reason, and you're here because your heart and your soul is invested in it, and you're here for the kids.
We're an area where you come to learn to ski for the season, or you come to participate in a camp, or do a summer rec program here. So it's just a unique opportunity in the area that's a volunteer-run organization that we really try to focus on getting people outdoors, experiencing things, and then growth in the outdoor environment.
That was the best run I've ever had with you, I think, ever. That was such a
You
good
are
run.
awesome.
This is a mutual awesome society here.
Collectively, as Sky Tavern, we need to make it better. I think that we have all the things we need to create a place where skiers and snowboarders can actually train here instead of learning here and then going to another mountain.
So the very first night that we were able to make snow at Sky Tavern was super special, and they have this beautiful glow to them, and it was almost like, you know, something you've worked so hard for so long was right there.
Snowmaking at Sky Tavern is a huge improvement. Snowmaking will allow us to target opening mid-December every year, which then allows us to become a world-class training area for both skiing and snowboarding.
I knew that it wasn't just making snow, it's going to change the mountain. And every time you turn on one of those snow guns, it's just more kids who are able to be here and have an opportunity to be at Sky and to learn and to grow.
You create Sky Tavern. You don't purchase it for your kids. And because of that, those kids even learn that lesson. You can't really put your finger on why it happens, but it does. This place is pure magic.
I'm 7-year-old, and I ski at Sky Tavern.
Well, I like how all my friends ski here and like the runs they have.
When we always go skiing down, it's like a dream.
The most important thing up here still is a kid who never ever thought about snow sports, winter, is sitting down in Reno all winter long playing video games, and we get them out of that and into this environment. And they learn all the things that this place teaches.
One of the biggest things about Sky Tavern, anybody who has the dream of learning to ski or snowboard or be part of the program can be here regardless of cost.
Every year is a new challenge. Every year there's a new budget. Every year I wonder if we're going to make it.
And we also need a lot of help to be able to do capital improvements that are going to make us more sustainable in the future.
We need our community to get behind it and say this is worth fighting for. We need the funds.
Greatly important that we have the help of community support, donors, and foundations in order to keep these kids' dreams alive and these families and have those opportunities and for it to be taken care of and for parents to not have to worry. That's a huge thing. We want to get those kids outside.
Brought to you by Topo Designs. Brought to you by Reno Tahoe. Reno Tahoe is where the largest alpine lake collides with the biggest little city in the world. Brought to you by Turtle Box. Live free. Brought to you by Function. The best wrist guards, hands down. Welcome back. We are here at Sky Tavern Ski Area in Reno, Nevada, and we are about to get underway with the final heat here of the day. The absolute race to the rail here. Someone's going to go home with $10,000. We're going to wrap up this event, and someone is going to be celebrating with champagne and doing cartwheels and whatever else you do when you win $10,000 after you cross the finish line.
Well, pulling out a sword.
Yeah, we have a sword. I don't know how. Can you bring that on an airplane?
You might have to drive that home.
Yeah, sword's going to have to get driven home. You can't just throw that in the overhead. All right, well, we're going to get underway with the final heat here in a moment, but there is the sword. The winner gets to pull that out just like Excalibur out of that stump.
Pretty surprised they got that stump on stage.
That's
honestly
a big-ass stump, dude. Who picked that thing up and put that up there?
A forklift.
A forklift. I was going to say, somebody drinks a lot of whole milk. All right, here we are, the final heat. Raquel McCosker, Rachel Cecil, Rachel Payne, and Allison Allie Stanley. That is our final heat of the day. Whoever crosses the finish line first is going to go home with $10,000, and that rail that's been made into a sword right there.
All right, what were our picks one more time? Todd, you had...
You first, because we didn't get to hear yours.
Yeah, what's
That's right.
yours?
I'm the one that didn't get to go. I'm going to go Rachel Payne. Wouldn't have said that this morning, but after watching her get the whole shot in her first 2 races, we said smooth as fast. She's looking really light on her feet. She's looking really smooth. I'm going Rachel Payne.
All right.
That's
All
my
right.
pick.
Well, before we get underway with this heat, we asked these final competitors what they're going to do with that 10 grand if they win it.
Who'd you pick?
Ooh, I like that. The best risk guard, hands down.
Sisters Nonprofit Foundation, with which I am a member of, and I'm going to be psyched to be coaching this year again. I had to take a year off. Speaking of why I took a year off, probably some of the money would go towards my son's preschool fund, and a lot of it might just go towards one-wheel trips. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to take some more one-wheeling trips where I get to have some fun on some really fun trails.
If I were to win this year, I think I would want to buy a couple paddle boards and figure out a little trip. Sarah and I didn't get to do like a honeymoon this year, so maybe get some paddle boards, go somewhere that's got really nice water, and like have a little special trip to ourselves. And I'd probably donate some of it to Drift Sisters like I did last year as well.
If I was to win the prize money, that would all go towards a little van to live in, because I'm trying to be on the road in a little van-a-rooney, you know, living the life, going to do what I want, and having this little section to myself.
If I won, I don't know, it'd be more one-wheel vacations, I guess.
All right, well, there you have it. That's money well spent. So here is the bracket challenge. This is the top picks here. As we said, Mercedes, she is out, unfortunately, but Allison Stanley is the favorite odds on here.
That's right, yeah, 16%, and then Raquel McCosker behind her at 11. But the other two that are in, I mean, I can't believe Rachel Cecil wasn't in this, top pick section here. For all you at home who filled out a bracket, what are you doing? Defending champ.
I can't
Put some
sleep
respect
on
on that name. Yeah. Okay, so I got Rachel Payne. Monica, who were you saying that you were going with?
Rachel Cecil.
Rachel Cecil and Todd.
Raquel.
Mm-hmm. We're all
Yeah,
some
we're all over the
variants
place.
of Rachel Raquel here. Although, you know what? Would watch it be Allie.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying is like once you get into this situation where there's money at the end of the course, like all the strategy, all the patience and calmness you have earlier just goes out the window. And that's kind of what I love and about like racing like this and like border cross racing or like racing one wheels is like it's anyone's game at this point.
Oh, Allie is more than capable of taking this race.
And we've never actually had a 2-time champion in this sport, ever.
All right.
7-8 years, never had a repeat champion. So Rachel Cecil is in a position to take home her which would be a first. So we'll see if she's able to pull that off.
All right, well, enough of us babbling down here. We're going to see who's going to pull that sword out of the stump as we head up to the top here to get our final underway. Once again, the first one across the finish line goes home with 10 grand and that sword.
Seems like the mood, there was like a lot of dancing and a lot of laughing in the previous rounds. It seems like that mood is a little more...
A little more pacing and staring.
Yeah, there's some more pacing and staring.
See, in competition, this is the part where you have to pee really bad. Like and you can, if you know how to harness that pee feeling, you can possibly do magical things.
I know, this is not surfing where it's a lot easier to pee.
Surfing, surfing is the only sport that you can really just pee yourself during competition.
That's a good point.
I mean, you can literally pee yourself at any point.
That's right.
But it's the only one that it's really just, it's part of the whole thing.
One of the real advantages of that sport.
Right.
Yeah, they're wearing a lot of pads, but I don't know,
You don't want to be that guy in the finish line.
No chance.
Third place smelling like urine, not good.
Not good.
All right,
So-
well, let's get this race underway. The final event here today, the women's final. Racers are ready.
They have to get a verbal confirmation that they are, in fact, ready.
And the gate is down.
It is down.
Whole shot, all important. And you can see they're jockeying. Look at how tight this grouping is. Rachel Cecil, looks like in the brown jersey, is in the lead. Behind her, Rachel Payne, Raquel McCosker in third, and Allie Stanley in fourth. Let's see how that order develops here as they get through this single track. Pretty smooth for all of them. The logs are going to be huge.
I think they're all sticking to their game plan at this point. I mean, Ali even said she's going to hang back. She's going to watch what unfolds, try to stay over her board, and get around the girls if can.
Rachel Cecil on the right side.
Here we go.
Rachel Cecil is full of diesel.
All of them smooth over the logs.
Wow. All right, this is where the speeds start to pick up here. And if you're going to make a mistake, it's going to really be magnified.
Rachel Cecil is cruising into the first berm. Rachel Payne right behind her. Raquel McCosker in third and Allie in fourth. Still one slip up and the order gets seriously shaken.
All right, this is the tightest flush we've had in the toilet bowl so far here.
Yep.
All of the features the girls have gotten through unscathed.
This is like in the part of the sprint where you got to step on the gas here. If you're Rachel Payne, you have to dig deep. You got to see what you can pull out of the bag. There's lots of rocks in this little snake section here, the dragon back, as you call it, Todd. Let's see if it has any surprises for us. With Rachel Cecil still in the lead, we'll see who pops out of here if that order holds.
Coming into the famous passing opportunity down here at the bottom.
That's right.
Oh, it's called the berm of opportunity, isn't
That's
it?
right. That's right. This is where Rachel Cecil passed Mercedes last year. Let's see if Rachel Payne can step on the gas here, coming into view of our crowd. Will we have our first repeat winner?
Wow, it's starting to look an awful lot like it.
Rachel Cecil into the final berm. Rachel Cecil around the final berm. Rachel Payne right behind her in second place.
I'm thinking that honeymoon is coming.
That paddleboard.
Wow, here we go.
Ordered. Rachel Cecil is your back-to-back race for the rail champion. Wow.
What a great race.
There it is.
Back-to-back, and she made it look fairly easy. She got the whole shot and kept control the entire time.
Rachel Cecil, I think it's fair to say, she is the fastest one-wheel racer on this mountain today.
Absolutely. She is the fastest one-wheel racer on this mountain today, and she's the fastest woman in 2023. Big congrats to Rachel Cecil. She has been practicing for this moment for a long time. Super laser focus. You absolutely love to see someone with that competitive spirit. Our first repeat champion.
Yeah, and she definitely wanted it too. She wanted it. She had that outlook all day long where a lot of confidence being exuded. And it's great. It paid off. She had great strategy up top. She got out in front, didn't make any mistakes, was nice and smooth. And now she is a repeat winner, the first in history here at the one-wheel race for the rail.
What a beautiful celebration. I mean, she's giving back to the one-wheel community too by inspiring other female riders with the Drift Sisters and just having a lot of fun. So it's a beautiful thing to see her win and see her give back to the community.
Absolutely. Rachel Payne, just from Atlanta, Georgia, giving out the hugs. She's earned it.
Yeah.
She's earned that sword.
Absolutely. What a great race. Well, let's get some words from her. Can we throw down here to Ted? Ted, let's hear from our champ.
Rachel Cecil, I know a lot of emotions going right now. You're the very first woman's back-to-back Race for the Real champion.
I'm the first Race for the Real champion to win it twice, period.
You look cool. You look calm. You look like a cat eating a persimmon out there. How do you feel today winning $10,000?
I feel amazing. This is incredible. I believed in myself. My family believed in me. I'm so excited. Yeah.
We're very excited for you. Let's bring it up to the podium and let's crown all three winners.
Okay, sounds great. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Cat eating a persimmon, huh?
That is a very specific image.
He's been waiting to say that all day, I'm guessing.
He has. Yeah, he has. I've never seen one, but I've heard about it.
Wow, what a great race today. And I mean, we're just getting warmed up here for this weekend as well. We have the men's competition here tomorrow, but let's look back up at how Diesel Cecil got the job done today.
Came down to that hole shot, and it was tight, too. It was tight between her and Rachel Payne. Getting that hole shot, and she just kind of gritted that out.
But once she got that lead, she held it. She held that lead for the entire race.
You know what? We didn't see anyone slip up on the logs.
Nope, no one got logged off.
Nobody slipped up on anything in this final.
I am surprised to see that. Smooth through the rest of the race as well.
It was a true showcase of talent and determination and speed here today, and all these girls really gave it their all and did not fall. That is, I was not expecting that for this final. I was expecting a little bit more carnage for this final, but honestly, I'm really, really happy to say that all these girls are going home totally safe and happy.
In just a couple seconds, like probably a second there between first and second, and then probably another second between second and third. So it was tight.
Yeah,
it was a tight race, but we didn't see the pass. We didn't see the carnage there. We didn't see the passing that we thought we might.
It's probably like we're probably fortunate. You know,
Yeah,
we didn't
yeah.
see anyone fly headfirst in the trees. I mean, as much as
100%.
we love carnage, but
We don't. The viewers at home, you know.
Well, we're viewers too.
Yeah.
Anyways, we had a great race today, and you know, the winner, great strategy.
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable. The racing was just up to par. And like I said, we're just getting started. We have the men's competition tomorrow. But before we do that, we're going to watch our winner
It's time to celebrate.
pull this rail sword out of the stump. All right, Ted, take it away.
All righty, here I am with third place women's race to the rail champion, Raquel McCosker. I'm sorry. Tell us how you're feeling.
Oh, I'm feeling incredible. This is so amazing, and I'm just so stoked to be here with these fantastic ladies.
And who are you with right here?
This is Wes. Look out for him in a few years.
There we go. Third place winner, Raquel McCosker. Give it a hand.
Thank you.
And moving on to our second place winner, Rachel Payne. Rachel Payne, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling awesome. I'm so proud to be up here with these two ladies. We've all been racing together for quite a while, so it's awesome to see us all here together.
Incredible performance. I'm going to stand on this very large stump here with our winner, Rachel Cecil, Diesel Cecil. How does it feel to be a second time back-to-back race world champion?
It's incredible. I just want to send a shout out to my family. Thank you guys. You never stop believing in me, and that's incredible. Huge shout out to my friends Jill and Tony back at home. I've been training a lot with mountain bikers this year, and they are the ones that were like, nothing new on race day. So that's why I had my board set up the way it did, and here we are. So huge shout out to them, and you know, my parents watching back at home. I love you guys.
Well, before you unveil this sword, let me get my neck out of the way. And your women's Race for the Rail 2023 champion, Rachel Cecil.
Oh, it's in there.
All right, congratulations to Rachel. She killed it today, all day long, racing very smart, and in the end, just took it home with great strategy up there on the course. 2 times back-to-back winner here at the Race for the Rail. Congratulations once again. Final thoughts from you guys here. I mean, we're going to move into the men's competition here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Crazy speeds, crazy antics. What are your takeaways from today?
Yeah, I mean, I think Race the Rail is defined by chaos usually, and this was a surprise in that we had our winner from last year again show that she is the best rider for another year. So big congrats to Rachel Cecil. Well earned on the trophy there.
And for you, Monica?
Yeah, I like to hear her say that she's been training with mountain bikers. That's super interesting. You know, it's always nice to have really fast people around you pushing you and pushing the limits, riding trails. I'm sure, I mean, with the Onewheel, it's so diverse. Like, you can be on the road, you can be on trails, you can be on the beach, you can ride so many different places, but sticking to your guns and, you know, making sure that you're getting your time in places that reflect what we're gonna see in the real race. And it sounds like that's what she was doing. She's really putting in her time, and I think that paid off.
Yeah, and then nothing new on race day. I think that's really important. You don't ever want to throw yourself for a loop. You want to just
stay in your lane, do what you do best, and let your actions speak for you. And hopefully you go home with the win. And congratulations to Rachel. She did. She absolutely killed it. Well, we have more coming for you tomorrow. The men's competition here from Sky Tavern. There's going to be more speed, more rollovers in the flats, more rocks and more stumps and everything else that you could possibly throw at these riders, and more swords to give away with $10,000. You have been here with us watching Race for the Rail from Sky Tavern. We will see you tomorrow for the men's competition. From all of us here at Sky Tavern for Race the Rail, I'm Todd Richards, Monica, and also we have over here Jack. Thank you guys for joining me here. I almost just lost, even forgot where I was. But we're going to be back here tomorrow with more action. Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.